DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com, WorkOnMyGame.com. Let's talk business and opportunity. Creating your shot, getting your shot in life. Sometimes in what you do, this is something that I was talking about actually on my Instagram story the day that I'm recording this, is that in some things that you do, you got to be 10 times better than other people just to get the same opportunity that they get. And I'll give you an example from my own life. You know, when I stopped, for those of you who don't know, I played professional basketball for 9 years internationally. And I stopped playing in 2015. I decided I was going to get into, one of the things I was going to get into was professional speaking, along with creating more content, blogging, podcasting, writing books, coaching, consulting, things like that. And in the professional speaking business, the whole industry itself was created by and for middle-aged white men. That's what the industry is for. If any of you who go to conferences, or you just go on Google and you just look up conferences where they have people who speak, like professional speakers who come and give a speech at those conferences, most of the speakers are middle-aged white dudes. Now, I want to explain a couple things here. First of all, that's not an idea that I made up, because the person who was my mentor, who showed me how to position myself properly to do professional speaking, because they were doing a whole lot of professional speaking, like gigs every week. That's what they were doing professional. I didn't want to speak that much, but I was going to get into speaking. This is a black woman, a female African American. And she told me this at the very beginning when I first started. And then years later, probably around 2019, I was talking to a woman who was like a speaking agent. And she was female. She was white though. And she was saying the same thing. She was like, well, look, Dre, you're a black man, and you have to understand, because she had been a speaker herself. And she was like, you need to understand that the speaking business favors middle-aged white dudes. So if you're a female or you're a person of color, you are already fighting uphill, and you got to be better. And this is the thing that I'm saying. This is not what she said, but what you have to do to get a speaking engagement is you got to be 10 times better, at least in presentation, not once you get on the stage, because they don't know you until they book you. They don't know what you can do until they book you. You got to be 10 times better in just how you pitch yourself, just to get the same opportunity as somebody who looks differently from you. And that is, again, that's just what I'm saying about the speaking industry, but that's just one place. This applies in many different areas of life, because a lot of us, me, you, and many other people out there, we were taught, as kids in kindergarten and preschool and elementary school, even all the way up through our traditional schooling, our formal schooling, of what? This whole concept of fairness, right? That things are supposed to be fair. This person gets opportunity, you get opportunity. You get to use the machine for 20 minutes, they get to use it for 20 minutes. Everything that happens to this person got to happen to that person. Everything is supposed to be fair, split down the middle, right? 50-50. Everything's supposed to be spread out evenly amongst everybody. But we learn, once you get into real life, and some of us experience real life, quote unquote, a lot earlier than others. Once you start experiencing real life, you realize something very quickly, right? That whole fairness shit that you were taught isn't actually true. It's not actually applicable in the real world, and everything's not going to be fair. Everybody does not get the same opportunity. Everyone is not treated the same way, and this is the way that it is all the time. So and many of us, we have different experiences with this before we learn to finally accept it, right? Because I remember I was in college. My sophomore year, I got recruited to play. After my freshman year, I got recruited to go to a different school my sophomore year. And the coach who recruited me, on my recruiting visit, he said to me, look, I want you to understand that I play favorites. And what he meant was, he explained it, was that I'm going to treat some players on this team differently from how I treat other players on the team. That means 2 players on this team are going to do the exact same thing. They're going to do something wrong. But one player, I'm going to cuss them out and yell at them and point out their mistake in front of the whole team and berate them and maybe punish them. And the other player who did the exact same thing wrong, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to act like I didn't even see it. And I want you to understand that before you come here, that's the way it is going to be. Now, he didn't explain it any further than that. But one thing I will say is that he was true to his word. That's exactly what he did. He did let some players get away with stuff that other players couldn't get away with. And at the same time, what he was explaining or showing was that, look, in life, things ain't going to be fair. Everybody's not treated the same way. Everybody doesn't get the same stuff. And for you, when you get into the quote unquote real world and you have to deal with politics, so a lot of people come to me, especially in sports, and say, well, everything's all political. I'm not getting my chance, even though I'm better than this person, or I did the same as this other person, but they seem to be getting more shot than me, even though we're about equal. I don't understand. It's so political, as if that's a bad thing. Understand something, ladies and gentlemen. All of life is political. Everything in life is politics. All politics is, if you look up the definition of politics, it means taking actions to further your cause or to protect your cause. That's what politics means. All right, now every single one of us, every single day, that's all we do. We do things to put ourselves in a better position, or we do something to prevent ourselves from ending up in a worse position, right? Isn't that what you do all day? When you go to work, what are you doing? You're trying to further your position. You're going to work because they're going to pay you. That's going to give you money, and that money will allow you to do things that you want to do, right? And if it's something that you're not supposed to be doing, for example, if you're driving, I'm on the highway driving right now. If I see a cop behind me and I know that I'm speeding, I'm going to slow down. Why? Because I'm trying to prevent myself from getting into a worse situation, which was if that cop pulls me over, that's a worse situation because it's going to cost me time. If he writes me a ticket, it's going to maybe cost me money. I got to maybe go to traffic court or go through some bullshit because the cop pulled me over. So I'm going to slow down so that situation does not occur. So that's politics. All of that is politics. Politics is not only, people think politics means people backstabbing or, talking behind each other's back and gossiping and things like that. Yes, that is politics too. But anything that you do to better yourself or to keep yourself from getting in a worse spot is politics. All of life is political. So if you're not a political individual, or you find yourself, you're like, I'm too good for politics, or you frown on people who are very political, understand that the saying goes, I forget who it was that said it. If somebody knows, I'm not Googling right now, but if somebody knows who said it, you can let me know. Those who are too wise to engage in politics will find themselves being ruled over by other people who are not so smart. And I'm paraphrasing that. That's not exactly how they said it. But the point is, if you don't want to be political, people who are political will have power over you in life, and they'll get further ahead of you in life, even though they're not as good as you. They're not as good a person as you. They're not as smart as you. They don't have the same skill set as you. They don't work as hard as you. They'll be further ahead of you because they've been willing to engage in politics and you weren't. All of that is to make this main point that there are going to come times in life when you're going to see somebody who does not have your skills, has not put in the time that you put in, has not put in the work that you've put in, does not have the talent that you have, does not deserve the same opportunities that you feel you deserve, but for whatever reason, it's going to seem like, or maybe it actually is like, they are ahead of you. They're getting opportunities that they actually shouldn't be getting. And you're like, how the hell is this person getting these chances that I should be getting when I'm way better than this individual? I got way more skills than them. I've been in the game longer than them. I got all this stuff that they don't have, yet they're getting the chances that I'm not getting. How is this even possible? The reason is, this is one of those situations in life for you where you got to be political. Being political doesn't necessarily mean doing nasty things to other people. Being political sometimes means you accepting and understanding first, then accepting second, that you're just going to have to be better. All right, me, in the realm of professional speaking, when I look at some middle-aged white dude who might not be saying shit, might not have any value whatsoever to really add to an audience, but because he's middle-aged and white, he's going to get a chance that I might not get as a speaker. I got to be way better than that guy to even be considered next to him. For whoever's hiring the speaker, they're going to be looking at him and looking at me. I got to be 10 times better just to be looked at on an equal plane. I just accept that. Now, those of you who are a white, middle-aged, male, professional speaker, all right, don't take this as a personal diss to you, because I didn't say your fucking name, so don't take it personal like I'm talking about you personally. If you happen to be good, then there's no reason why you would take this personally. The only people who would take offense to this is if you are actual garbage, and now I'm calling you out, and now you know the world knows your secret. That's why you will have a problem with it. So if that's you, then fuck you anyway. It don't matter. So anyway, all that is said to say this. If you find yourself in a situation right now where things are not fair, it doesn't seem even, it seems like the opportunities not being dispersed, for lack of a better term, it's not being spread out the way that it should be, at least according to your measure, that's life. That's politics. That's the way it is going to be sometimes. So all you need to do is stop whining, stop bitching, stop complaining, stop feeling sorry for yourself, and understand that being 10 times better is just what you got to do. And here's the great part about it. When you accept this and you actually make yourself 10 times better, because that's just the way the game is set up for you in this particular situation, when you do it, when you finally get to the point where you don't have to do that anymore, when you get to the point that everything is actually looked at fairly and you're given an even shot as everybody else, but you had to be 10 times better a year ago or 3 weeks ago in those last situations, when it becomes an even playing field, the shit becomes so easy that it's almost like you're not even working. Like, it's so easy that you're like, yo, it's not even a competition anymore. That's where you want to get yourself to. So accept the fact that you might have to work harder right now. It's like an athlete. When I played basketball, one of the things that I always like to do incline. I like to run on inclines to prepare myself to play basketball. Now, you may ask, why would you run on an incline to get ready for basketball, Joe? There's no inclines in basketball. Basketball is a floor that's straight, is flat, is an even surface. Why would you practice on an incline? And if you who's an athlete, you already know the answer. You probably never explained it, but you know the answer. You run on the incline because the incline is more difficult. So then when you get on a flat surface, it's easy as shit. Like, yo, this is nothing. I can do this all day, run on a straight surface, because I'm used to running on an incline. Whether you do it on a treadmill, you go find some hill to run on. I used to get a speed parachute, strap the parachute around my waist and do sprints with a parachute on my back. Why? Because it adds resistance. Or I would do it with a weighted vest sometimes. Why do you do all those things? Because it adds resistance. So then when you get out there and you don't have any of that resistance on you, it feels so easy and it's so light, it's nothing. That's the same thing you're doing to yourself. You're adding resistance, understanding that resistance is just making you stronger. So when the game does become fair and even, you're going to be blowing past them so easy, it's almost like they're not even there. Work on your game. Dre all day. Hey, this is Dre all day. If you enjoy this mental game stuff that I talk about on video every day, then I put together a simple master class that will give you one key tip for developing what I call the bulletproof mindset. All you need to do is go to workonmygame.com/bulletproof. Is the link right here, and it's down below in the video descriptions. Just click on it, take you right to the page. I'm going to give you that video. It's about 20 minutes long, this masterclass I put together. One key tip for developing a bulletproof mindset. And when you get that special masterclass free video, I'm also going to make you a special offer to get the full bulletproof mindset experience. So just go to that link that you see right here, and I'm going to show you how to develop that bulletproof mindset right now. So if you like this video that you just watched, I'm going to show you how to take it to the highest possible level. You ready for that? Let's do it.